What is going on, everybody? Welcome into another edition of our Big Brother 28 coverage here for Reality After Show. I'm your host, Bobby Goodsby, doing my live streams in the afternoon. We are so back. We are so back. Welcome in. If you guys want to get your comments read live here on stream, let me just fix that. Perfect. And yeah, it's been a while. Obviously, been doing the normal late night streams. Been doing my Thursday eviction coverage. Obviously, also been doing my shows with Philip Solomon and just having a great time. Also, Lauren Pratt joins us as well. We have a great time bringing in former house guests in here to talk to us, former Survivor players. Last week we had Kelly Whitworth with us from Survivor to talk about all things Big Brother. But one thing I've been lacking for my content wise is I haven't been able to do my afternoon live streams because kiddo was summer break, and now today was her first day back at school. So we are so back to our afternoon Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Right now I'm going to do 10 a.m. to noon. We'll see if I extend it to 1 once she starts real school in about a week and a half. But very much so excited to be here with you guys for another season of Big Brother 28 for my afternoon coverage. I know a lot of people in the chat couldn't stay up for the late night streams, couldn't talk or be there for when I'm doing the watch party on the West Coast. So excited to have you guys all back in here with me. Hopefully we can get some of the audience back from what we had last season. All right, Kate the Great, what's going on? Remember, guys, get your guys' comments read live here on stream. I will let me pull those up. There it is. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. What a week. Okay. This has been tough. Let's talk about it because let me get the comments on there. There you are. What's up, Kate? How you doing? It's been a rough season so far, right? And I know everyone's feeling it. Obviously, when you have one side of the house basically taking over every single week and just absolutely dominating when it comes to winning the HOH, just being in power, winning vetoes, whatever it may be, it's been hard. It's been absolutely hard. What's up, J5? How you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining. Rough week indeed. Yes, I just it's been more than just a rough week. I feel like it's just been a rough season, right? It's been hard to get through. Where at first we were excited, right? We got people from Survivor playing Big Brother. We've got Angela back. We've got new house guests. Everything's kind of fresh. And this week 2, we were spoiled. Devins was HOH. He was taking over. He was going to come in here and shake things up by nominating Rome, and did it in entertaining fashion. Like, we said it to ourselves, we're like, okay, this is fun, we're having a good time, but we would like to see some competition, right? We would like to see a little bit of a challenge. And so far, through now almost 4 weeks into the season, that's been tough. And it's gotten to the point now where, man, if Drew, who's likely the person to go home if he doesn't win the BB Blockbuster, as we saw all week long on the feeds, pretty much everyone knows that Drew's the one going out, right? Like I feel like Drew, even himself, even though I don't think he fully believes it, he's by Thursday, I think he's going to have the full picture in his head. I just think that if Drew goes, man, and Drew, like, the thing about him is he hasn't even done anything to really show us why everyone's rooting for him. I guess it's just the fact that we want to see some kind of opposition. But if you watch him, he hasn't won anything. He continuously steps on his own feet with these people. And we saw it in last night's episode where everything he said to Devins, it just doesn't make sense. So he just gets in his own way. And for a lot of people, before last night's episode, a lot of people thought he won the coin toss power, and that he just didn't use it. And for us to go in there and see that didn't happen, because even Taryn and people, at RHAP, like, they were about to pull their hair out with Drew. They were like, are you kidding me? Like, you want to shake it up next week? You might not be here next week. You probably won't be here next week unless something goes your way. And then turns out he didn't end up having the power at all anyways, so it didn't really matter. But watching last night's episode, I was floored when I found out that D had the power. Like, yes, we had that moment where she talked to the cameras and said, "Thank you, America," but we thought that could be pretty much anything. That could be a number of different things because of the fact that she didn't tell Devins. Like, she specifically did not let Devins know that she had won the power. So we're like, well, if she's not telling Devins, and her and Devins are supposed to be, number ones, and Devins told her about his power a week prior, then she clearly just doesn't have it, which I was like, okay, well, that makes sense if America wanted to shake things up. But it felt like the writing was on the wall. And I feel like someone like a Barrett or someone in the house should know every single week for those first 3 weeks, it's going to go to someone that's a returning player, right? An icon, as they would say. So it's going to go to that person. So when we saw it and we were all thinking, okay, there's a chance that Drew has the power, right? There's a chance that Drew has the power and he just didn't play it, or maybe it's not the power we thought, whatever it may be. Then to go and watch the episode last night, and I stayed away from anything spoiler related when it came to Big Brother content for last night's episode because I was at work and then I got home and I was like, okay, I want to watch the episode. I don't want to know what's going on social media. I don't want to have any spoilers. I want to go into this episode and see what exactly happened with this power. And to say I was floored, it was insane to see that D won the power. It's not that I didn't think that it was possible, because I think if you're anyone, you got to assume the icons are the ones that are going to win the power back to back to back, right? After that, then it's fair game. But I thought there was a real chance that America would be like, okay, this is getting boring. This is getting to be a lot. Let's shake things up. Let's get it. I really do think that if Jason was still in the house, I think Jason would have won. Especially since we got clarification from Julie that he was in the top 3 of voting every single week. But I thought, okay, maybe America will shake it up. All my votes went for Drew. I was like, Drew's got a target on his back. I want to see this shaken up a little bit. Let's try that out. To see D get it, I was like, wow. And honestly, I get why she didn't reveal that power to Devins. I understand it because it's not really something that is going to benefit both of them. It will theoretically, I mean, could to like the slimmest of chances, but theoretically, this advantage only benefits D, and she can use it throughout any point of the game. So why would you give that information up? I think that with Devin's power, that's something he had to tell his number one ally, right? Like, I feel like you don't have to tell everyone else in the house, but you have to at least tell your number one that, hey, this is what I have. With D, I didn't think that was necessarily the case. Get your guys' comments read live here on stream. I'm going to go back and read some of these comments real quick from you guys. Crossovers will break up soon. Angela's on the verge. I mean, it's basically done. Like, it's basically done. Like, that ship has sailed. And honestly, I'm waiting for the moment where Angela has some kind of breakdown and just completely loses her relationship with D and Devins. I feel like the writing's on the wall there with Devins, where I feel like he understands Angela is not a long-term solution, and if she is, you're third of the 3, right? Where I feel like with D is using Angela in her back pocket. That's a safety net in case anything happens to Devins. Like, she is keeping that connection very tight with Angela. I think with Angela, it's just getting to be a lot. And I said it the other day on stream, right? When I was talking to Kelly and Philip and Lauren, I was saying it where I have gotten to the point where I finally realized why in Angela's first season, I could not stand Angela. And since her season, I'm like, oh, Angela was fun. At least she was good TV, all that, blah, blah, blah. Watching her this season, I've been like, oh, I remember now. I forgot why Angela just rubbed me the wrong way. And it's because Angela just is the most paranoid person that they could possibly find to play this game. And I don't feel like it's something I could work with if I was in the house, but I also think it just rubs me the wrong way when I'm watching it on my television. And the television show they have not dug into Angela's paranoia nearly as much as they should or probably could. where we're seeing it way more on the live feeds of how off the wall, batshit crazy Angela can be at times. And for her to continuously do all this stuff and just have it like her mindset that Drew is the enemy, he has to be taken out. No one can convince her otherwise. And the fact that she's able to convince these people that her illogical sense of why Drew is the enemy is true in their heads is fascinating, because look what she was able to do to D. Like, these are guys in Drew and Barrett that were clearly on your side working with you, that you told to go talk to the other side of the house, told them to go and mix and mingle and make those relationships would come back to them. They do that, and no matter what you do, you're like, no, they're playing both sides of the house. They're getting too chatty. I don't know about this one. It's wild to watch. All right, J5. I thought Drew had another couple weeks, but unfortunately his gameplay hasn't opened up at all. And that's the most frustrating part, right? Like, I feel like that's the part that, as much as I like Drew and I've been rooting for Drew, and being the fact that we're in the same hometown, I want Drew to do well. Hopefully I can have him on the podcast, maybe do a live interview since we live in the same town. The thing is, there's been so many opportunities for Drew to improve his gameplay, and he just continuously doesn't do those things that he needs to do, right? And I say that in a sense of, one, game, two, logic when it comes to where he thinks he should be at in the house and where he thinks his relationships are with certain people. And he is doing too much. There's times where he's absolutely doing too much. But I also don't fully blame him, because that's what he was told to do. That he's doing what he thought is best for his relationships with the Crossover Alliance. I think with Drew, though, too, he has to win something. Like, well, obviously he has to win on Thursday. He has to win the Blockbuster. He's gone. Like, that's it. Like, he's done. So if he is able to win the Blockbuster, save himself, I pray him or someone on that side of the house wins the HOH. I think we're all in agreement there. Something has to happen. And people wanted to say that, like, Kamu had really bad HOH-itis. I feel like Haley is right there with him. Haley has been just rough to watch, where the fact of how much she brings up about the bullying and how, like, she's finally, taking it to the bullies and all this stuff. I'm like, girl, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Do you not understand how you're coming across too? I understand that we're all the heroes of our own narrative, right? But to not be able to see realistically that you are the one who has been in power, or someone on your side of the house has been in power the entire game, you don't have a bullseye on your back. You have a target because your relationships with people aren't on the right level. They're not good enough. And you continuously, as we saw in the episode, body shame people, talk shit about people. That's going to come back to people in the Big Brother game, just like it comes back to people in real life. It's going to come back to people in the Big Brother game. And you have to realize that sometimes maybe look in the mirror and see how you are a reflection of yourself, right? Like, if I go and I'm talking shit about someone and it comes back to me, I have to realize I'm the one who put that out there. All right, I'll own my words. Haley doesn't do that. Haley is the victim, always. All right, D is just smarter. That's very true. Honestly, D is playing a great game. What's up, Dreadful Ruby? What's going on, guys? Let's see here. D is fun to watch play. She's just having a good time. But I want to see opposition, right? Do we not want opposition in this game? Like, I'm happy to have the Survivor players there. I was excited to see them play. It's just gotten to the point where if there is no opposition in the house, or no one on the other side is able to win power, it's a steamroll and it's boring. And the fact is, I blame more of production for this, because they knew, right? Like, they knew that if they do these powers, right? Powers or punishments, right? The first three people were always going to be the icons. They were always going to be these former players because the hype is there. They're known quantity amongst the fans. You're bringing in a Survivor audience that may not have seen Big Brother before. So those votes are always going to go to those Survivor players or Angela, what have you. In doing so, you have to assume that they're going to win some kind of power. Like there's a chance at least one of them will win a power, right? The odds are in that favor, and we've gotten 2 out of the 3 have won a power. And then to take these powers from the past and soup them up to basically godlike powers in the game for every single one that's there, it's created a monster, and it's created something where the game's not going to be able to fix itself this season. There's no way. The only way that anything gets fixed is if the other side wins powers and starts winning some HOHs, which looks like it's not going to happen. We've gotten to the point in the season where I'm actively rooting for Yosh, of all people, to win an HOH since he's come the closest. Like, that's where we're at. And the fact that we've lost Jason last week, we're possibly going to lose Drew this week. What opposition do you guys see from that side of the house? Like, yeah, I think Taylor would absolutely take a shot, especially at red corner. I think that, Melody, if she's there, will 100% take the shot, especially at Haley. Mallory will take the shot. But the ones I have more question are like Lyric. I know that she's probably going on the block today. I was watching earlier on the feeds, like Haley's basically having conversation with her, letting her know she's going up as a replacement nom. But even then, I feel like they could get into her ear and basically try to bring her on side or make her feel like, hey, we wanted you. We wanted you this whole time. We just, we needed someone up there. Like, even her relationship with Haley, I feel like they could talk it out with Lyric. And I like Lyric. I do think that Lyric is fun to watch, but like, we're running out of options, people. We're running out of options quick. It's been rough. And I'm trying to think of another season that was like this. I mean, I guess you could say season 20 with, Faute Alliance. But however, I feel like that season was a lot of fun. I don't know if it was the characters. I don't know if it was, the fact that we had pretty good, in game play. But I always look back at 20 as a fun season, even though it was a little bit of a steamroll. Big Brother 16, same kind of thing. Really like Big Brother 16 because I like the characters. But I think that I know a lot of people hated Big Brother 16 because of the fact that it was a steamroll. I feel like with this cast, a lot of them are just either A, really bad players that don't know what they're doing, don't know the show, just not fun people, like not great casting when it comes to like just personalities and I guess how they are in possible real life when we see them on the feeds. But there's just no real rooting interest outside of like the icons on the opposition. Who in their right mind is being like, oh, I'm rooting for Chuck, Haley, and Kamu? Show me one person out there that's like actively, besides their family and friends, that's actively being like, oh, you know what? I really, really hope that the Haley, Chuck, and Kamu get to the final 3. I just don't see it. All right, let's see. I also think it is just more beneficial to Devins to share with D. I think he needs her more than she needs him. Absolutely. I think especially with her placement in the house, where I think Devins is really secure, especially in his relationships. But I do think it's a slight oversight by Devins to let the relationship with Barrett dwindle away, right? And I really like where Devins is at. I love where D is at. I think both of them are going to go very far in this game, especially since they have basically, well, Devins especially has a god power. But I just think when it comes to where they're at in the house and the relationships they formed, having those powers on top of that, it's just too much. It's too much. And look at Rachel last season. Rachel essentially had what? would she have 1 week of safety? Basically 1 week of safety, right? And then she gets absolutely screwed by production when it comes to the White Locust twist. And here we're seeing like it's like far one side of the equation and then far one side of the other equation, right? Where you have these returnees come in and production's like, well, we can't screw this up. We can't lose the big names early. So let's give them a chance to America's vote, get some power in there. We'll say it's a power or punishment, but if they really, look at the screen, they'll notice, hey, there's 4 boxes in a row that are blue. Just make sure you click in that one span of boxes. And I feel like Dee and Devon's were like, okay, let's just wait it out and see if there's a pattern. Okay, this is not as hard as it's probably going to be. There's still a chance I lose, but boom, God power. Cool. Where Angela came in and was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I can't think straight. Punishment. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like it's too far into the spectrum with what Rachel got on her season to what production I feel like is trying to fix the mistakes of losing Rachel by a stupid twist last season. Now they're trying to make sure that these people are secure by giving them a chance to win a power, and those powers being way overpowered. Insanely overpowered. Get your guys' comments read live here on stream. We got a bunch of people in the chat. If you guys can, I will get to everyone's comments. I will react to you guys' comments live on stream. Big shout out to our sponsor, Big O brand, Big O bar soap. Guys, I will have the commercial here in a little bit to share with you, but very excited to have our sponsor be a part of it. If you guys are new here, twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby. You can find me live streaming on Twitch every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to do 10 a.m. to noon, but I might push it because kiddo actually starts like official school next Wednesday. So I'm thinking 10 to noon, but I might do 10 to 1, depends on the schedule. So for now, 10 to noon until we figure that all out. And you can also find us at After Show on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified when I go live, and get your guys' comments read live here on stream. All right, so next, let's see here. I'm struggling with Kamu not being removed from the house, frankly, and continuing to watch. It's tough, especially his comments. I mean, everyone saw the video that's posted on his social media of him basically, someone's being arrested, screaming, "I can't breathe." And he comes out and says, bro thinks he's George Floyd. Like, just, how does casting not see that? How do they not see that? Like, that it's just problematic. And I don't know. It was, I know a lot of people have talked about it over the course of the week, but I feel like if it's just sitting there on his social media, how do people not pick up more on that? Like, how does production and casting not be like, oh, that's a red flag. Maybe we shouldn't have this guy in the house. Strange. It's very strange. Haley is painfully unlikable. Oh, preach. Preach. It's bad. It's rough. Honestly, Haley, coming into the season, I was hard on Haley. I was like, girl, in your preseason interviews, can't even hear you. What are you saying? Like, speak up. Say it with your chest. I was like, out of all the people that apply for this show, this recruit is what you guys are like, oh, she's perfect for the show. And honestly, production is probably thinking to themselves now, it's not a bad casting because of the fact that she is a little controversial when it comes to how she speaks to people. But my God, is she painfully unlikable. I completely agree. She is just someone that it's like, she doesn't see how she comes across to others. And in return, thinks everyone is out against her that she just doesn't like. So you have the ability to go and talk shit about people. But when people start talking shit about you because you're also a shit talker, you then say it's bullying. I hate that. You're self-victimizing yourself when you're the one also being a bully. It's wild to see people are actually like that. Definitely want opposition. I want to see her in that position. I want to see anyone on the red corner, tool shed alliance, whatever it may be. I absolutely want to see there to be some sort of opposition. I mean, if Drew goes home, All hail the Taylor train. And I picked her at the beginning of the season as my winner pick. Still think it's going to be an uphill battle for that to happen. But my God, I feel like our saving grace, if Drew goes home, has to be Taylor. I don't think Lala's getting there. Maybe you could say Lyric, maybe. Melody, I don't think is getting there. Yash, bro's on a different planet. Barrett, let's talk about Barrett for a second, because Barrett is someone who I was like, okay, this guy's a super fan. He's going to know what to do. He's going to come in here. He's going to play the game. And my God, is he just a bump on a log? Like, I can't. I can't with Barrett. Barrett is so just infuriating to watch because he'll be in the DR and he'll say, oh, you know, this is who I'm going after. Oh, I'm getting the tattoo removed, blah, blah, blah. You watch him on the live feeds or you watch him walking around the house. He is just so painfully boring to watch. It's hard. It's hard. And, you know, I thought maybe this guy will be good at competitions. You know, he seems to really want to make a move. Bro can't win a competition and save his life either. Him and Drew. It's wild. All right. I want all reality vets or no reality vets. A Survivor versus Big Brother season would be fun. We've said that. We literally last season we did a thing where the chat voted like who from Survivor they would want to see play a Big Brother, and then who from Big Brother's past would they want back to play against each other in a Survivor versus Big Brother season. And it was a lot of fun. Completely agree with you. If we're going to have it, make it all vets. The fact is, I feel like they understood the assignment when it came to like Survivor 50, where they saw what they got from Survivor 50 and they were like, okay, maybe we can get a piece of that. Maybe we can grab some of the attention from what Survivor got with its contestants and how the show had a really well-received season when it comes to viewership. Let's ride on that. Let's get on that train. I'm totally about that. And they also saw how good the ratings were because they had Rachel Riley back last season. So you put 2 and 2 together. Let's just wash and repeat the same thing, but bring in a couple extra. It doesn't work the same when you give them God powers, when they're already on that side of the house, where you make it up to a vote for America, where it's always going to be those 3 back to back to back getting the power or punishment. And I understand there's a chance they could have got a punishment. If you really watch that freaking thing, the board, when they're doing it, you can see that there's a good clump of blue and you just wait for that to come back around and hit it. It's not that hard. Sure, there's a chance you can hit it, but unless you're someone like Angela who's just paranoid and freaking out and doesn't look for things like that, the other 2 got it no problem. And then those powers are way overhyped and way over, like, the powers are insane. That it's just, it's too much. Yash makes me laugh unexpectedly. Yash, sometimes I'm like, does he even know what show he's on? And I honestly, Yash is someone that can win power. I've said it. Are we actively rooting for Yash to win power? Because I feel like he'd make a move. But then again, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Does he crumble with others, you know, wanting him to do a certain thing? Can the other side get in his ear? I don't know. Taylor was my winner pick from day one, and I'm still riding for her. I mean, she's still my winner pick, but I just don't love the position she's in. But man, I love her as a character and as a person. I think she's very entertaining. I feel like last night's episode, we got a real look at what Taylor is and what she could be when it comes to like diary room confessions and even gameplay. Her speaking to Lala, trying to teach Lala how to play this game is hilarious. And her just shaking her head every time. But like, she's not in a good position when it comes to in the house. Like, she's not in a position where she has any kind of power or leverage. She has to go on a winning streak. She has to win HOH and then have people come to her and try to get more information. All right. LVRs, or is that antlers? No, 100% Team Taylor, the savior of Big Brother 28. I mean, let's hope. And I'm still riding the Drew train too. I'm still hoping Drew's still there, but it really comes down to what happens in this blockbuster because I mean, obviously, if Drew wins the blockbuster, I think Melody's gone, which is a huge chess piece for Drew. But I feel like it will allow him to form other relationships and possibly get a better stance in this house. One queer person being cast as criminal, honestly, like Jason had an uphill battle, right? He had an uphill battle no matter what he did. I feel like he positioned himself with people that he liked, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just hated how the other side of the house treated him, especially Haley, where she said, "Oh, we're gonna emotionally." What did she say? Emotionally detached from him or something like that. But I forgot the wordage, guys. You'll have to let me know in chat. But that is insane. It was insane. Like, what was it? Emotionally seclude him or something like that, right? It's crazy to me. Like, that's just ridiculous. All right, Drew would. What's up, Daryl? Drew would do a lot better without the icons. I mean, Drew would be in the same position, to be honest with you, because he's basically playing with the other side of the house, even though he still tells honestly, okay, I see where you're coming from. I think Drew would have been in a much better spot had those three not been there, right? Especially Devins. Like, Devins being there is his like kryptonite, where he's a Survivor fan. He liked watching Devins on his television screen. But he overly trusts Devins too much and is blinded by the fact that Devins might not be working with him anymore. He's questioned it, but I feel like he still doesn't fully believe it in his heart that the votes aren't there for him or that Devins isn't gone. I don't know if there's a way to rekindle that relationship unless somehow Drew wins some kind of power. That's the only way. He has to stay and then he has to win some kind of power. Bardo Comis, what's going on? Chuck. God, if you're on the Chuck train, count me out. If I have to hear Chuck say one more time how much money and fame and opportunities are going to come after this season because he's on the show, I'm going to lose it. Like, he is so looking past Big Brother that sometimes I'm like, is he even realizing he still has to like play the game? It's a lot, man. Devins, baby. I mean, I do love me some Devins, but I need to see some opposition. J5 says, I was hoping Chuck would get high for a bit there, but I changed my mind. What a bore that guy is. Like, or I meant HOH. I got you. But yeah, no, I mean, if he wins HOH this week and we had a Kamu, Haley, Chuck back to back HOH season, the season might be over. The season might be over. My God. What's up, Mary? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. J5 says Paramount seems very MAGA at the moment. I don't think they care about Kamu being on the show. I wouldn't like put it because I honestly with you guys, like, I really just hate when like politics get involved in it. I think I'm more so on the side of like social unawareness, and when it comes to like, hey, maybe you shouldn't say those things, especially when we watch that video and we see what he's saying. It's like, that's just not cool. That's more of the thing. The whole like, oh, people get upset. They're like, oh, hey, this person's Republican, we have to hate them, or this person's Democrat, they're gonna be crazy. Like, I hate that stuff. It's just like, let the people be the people and don't bring politics into it. I just don't think that has a place for what I care about when it comes to reality television or reality game shows. I don't care what side they are politically. I care about what they are as a person and how they act as a person. That's more of what I care about. And you can have a different opinion on that. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Here, I read your guys' comments. I let you guys do what you want. And I totally understand if you guys are on that train. Personally, that's where I'm coming from, is what I'm trying to say, right? I more so care about, if you're just a bad person, you're just a bad person. It doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. I need Drew to go. Mary, I know I have a soft spot in my heart because he's from my hometown, but I get it. But why? Drew, at least maybe will be some kind of opposition. We need anything. I'd rather have Drew there. KLB, boo, YouTube notifications going back to the beginning to catch up at 1.5 speed. Well, you'll catch up quick because I like to slow talk these things sometimes. Well, welcome back in, KLB. Good to see you, my friend. All right. I hate Drew gonna weasel his way out of this one. The thing is, it's just because we all hope it, right? Like the reason why people really like Drew is because they want to see some kind of opposition. They want to see anything when it comes to there being the other side taking out in the Haleys, the Camus, the Chucks. Hell, some people are probably even hoping that something happens with Devins D or Angela just because we need to see someone get some kind of trouble. Otherwise, it's not entertaining TV. So that's why I feel like at least Drew feels like he's a potential person to do that, even though I'm starting to have doubts in my heart. I'm really starting to have doubts in my heart because of how he's played this week and how he's been very oblivious to his position in the house. I'm sus of network pressure to cast red corner types and also against the biopic ratios. Sorry. Yeah. BIPOC, excuse me. I totally agree with that. Like that. Absolutely. Where I feel like, especially when it comes to like people of color or, different nationalities, like they definitely need to spice it up there. I don't want to have a whitewash cast by any means. And I do think that the network says they're going to do things. They're going to be more, BIPOC friendly. And at times it is absolutely questionable. Barrett is on his premium seat watching the feeds. It feels like that, does it not? Does it not feel like Barrett is just sitting there being a live feeder while actually in the house? Because I'm sorry, he is just and I'm hoping we get some spicy Barrett here soon. But man, is he very just like hard to watch at times where it's like, does bro have an actual like bone in his body that's confrontational besides in the diary room? I did love the moment last night on the episode where Haley was like, eventually all the women are going to be taken out. And Bear's just like, I mean, two dudes just went back to back. What are we talking about here? There's only been one chick gone and two dudes. Like, what? Oh, it's so funny. Whoever sits next to Haley will win. Well, I don't think Haley's getting there. She seems like an early jury boot or like right before jury boot, right? And she could be gone as early as next week. I don't think Haley's long to get to the end of this game. I don't get why people want Drew to stay. He is most likely to take Common to the final two. I still feel like that could change. I don't necessarily, because I believe that, like, yes, they have their, handyman alliance, but realistically, they both have it with like, where they're actively being like, I'm going to keep this relationship close, but I will be willing to pull the trigger on you when I need to. Where I think like his relationship with Barrett, I could see being more so something that he would take to final two. That's just me personally. I would love a Kamu final two speech. The problem is, the people in the house, they don't know what we know. Some of them actually like Kamu. So I don't know. It's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be tough down the stretch if things don't change soon. The icons are the front runners. Of course, they're the front runners. Like when they have God powers in their back pocket, how are they not the front runners? That's like someone going into the house being like, I have I didn't do anything to earn this, but I just happened to be someone that was on another show, so I get the chance to go and bring this power in. But it's a power that's basically an immunity idol tell jury. Like that's essentially what the Devon's power is. And I mean, it's even further than that. What is it, like 6 weeks or something like that? Drew would F the Giggly Squad Taylala with quickness. Yeah, but I still think he, after this week, especially with Haley, he's got the ability now to be like, okay, now this is what my target is, I think he would take the shot. I do. If Drew gets eliminated, I hope he makes out with Melody before he leaves. I don't think that's happening. Doesn't she have like an outside relationship that not necessarily is like a thing, but it's a thing, and that's why she hasn't gone towards Drew completely? Believe that's what I remember being the case. I don't trust players like Drew. They always F our favorites and do the opposite of what we want. You just don't like Drew, do you, Mary? I just think for me, Drew is one of the only symbols of hope for this season not to go completely off the rails. And that's just me personally. You don't have to agree with that. You can have your own opinion. I think Taylor's also one of those options. Sadly, I think Yash is one of those options just because he's the only one that's come close in the HOH competitions. But I feel like Drew, for me, is someone that I feel like has certain relationships in the house that if he can fix those, he can get things back on track. But we'll see. Haley making fun of people and then saying it's bullying when people do it to her is insane. It's insane. It's crazy. It's psychotic. Ty V, what's going on? Plus, for a silly costume, is Haley alert? I mean, so if you're saying if she gets a silly costume, I guess I have to see what you're saying on that one. Plus, for a silly costume, is Haley alert? Oh, well, you're saying it. Well, here's the thing. She's never getting a power. Like, America's in, since it's only 6 weeks of this thing, of this power or punishment, Haley's not getting voted by America. I can guarantee that. So you don't have to worry about her being in a silly costume unless she loses in a like veto competition and has to wear a costume. But as far as the power punishment stuff, no, she's not getting that vote. That's for sure. She was set up about Taylor laughing about her teapot costume and already is all right. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. She was upset about Taylor laughing about her teapot costume and already is all right. Yeah, I got it. So okay. So that, that with Haley, I don't know. Haley is just so rough to watch. She's so rough. And we said it from the beginning. Like, come on. As of right now, what icon do you think has the best chance of winning if they're sitting at the end? I think it's tough. I think Dee and Devins by far. I don't think Angela has a chance in hell winning this game. But I think with Dee and Devins, I think it's like 1A, 1B. I would personally say Devins probably could get the nod over Dee, but it's close. Like you can have the opposite opinion and think Dee would beat Devins. I'll be like, yep, I get it. Totally understand. Because like when it comes to Devins, I feel like he has certain relationships that even when he doesn't mold those relationships or continue to coddle them, they're still there. Where Dee has very strong connections with people, but then other people she has basically no connection with, right? I just feel like Devin's long game, especially with that superpower that he has, that I think is better than Dee's for sure, but also too much. I think that he has the chance to go very far. And I would say if it's both those two sitting at the end, it's a toss-up. It really is. I would just give Devin slightly the nod, personally. As of right now, out of Haley, Kamu, and Chuck, who do you think has the best chance of winning if they're sitting at the end? Ooh, that is a question, man. Well, first off, let's pray right now to whatever God you believe in that is not the final three that we get, even though it feels totally on brand for how this season has gone. I would personally say, one, I don't think Haley has a chance in hell to beat anyone. Hell, I think Angela could beat Haley in a final two. I would probably say Kamu because of the connections he has in the house and the fact that he is pretty well insulated. Even though people are threatened by him, he does have better connections than a Chuck or a Haley do. I think that Haley and Chuck would want to sit next to each other, so he'd have to win in a final three scenario. But I would say out of those three, if you had to ballpark it, I would probably give the odds to Kamu if he's in the final two. Can Haley be Lord of the Latrine? Honestly, though, like, I don't even want Haley to win or to like get a costume punishment in a veto competition or whatever it may be, because I don't want her in the house. I'm just ready for her to go. I want her to get her comeuppance. I want to see her struggle and realize she is on the outs when someone on the other side wins power. She's just such a hard person to watch. And when we came back and saw the feeds come back on Thursday night, early Friday morning for some people, and we saw that it was Haley HOH, I feel like as a community, we all collectively groaned at the same time, and it was just nationwide they could hear it. Like, I feel like as soon as the the feeds came back on, there was probably a little blip on radar that just heard one big somewhere in this world because the amount of people pissed off about that. Drew at least set himself up. Yeah, but he also has done a very bad job on reads this week, especially his own position as to, hey, there's a chance, there's a good possibility I'm the one that's actually getting targeted. But I do think he's set himself up with his relationships. He just was too wishy-washy. And Angela was just able to spread her paranoia way too much in that house that it really screwed Drew. Like, it allowed people to be like, oh, okay, maybe I need to be looking at Drew differently. And then that doubt was running in their head because of Angela and because of D. But honestly, I feel like D only got that way because of Angela. So personally, I think that if Angela was in this house, I think Drew would be fine. I really think he'd be fine in this house. Daryl says Barrett is a big super fan, so he's really self-aware, which can explain why he's being very boring to watch. And I get it, guys. Like, we have preached on this channel and other channels. Big Brother is a long game. You need to sleep the first 6 weeks, and once jury comes around, then start to take action, right? Then start to play your game. But you can at least be entertaining in the process, right? You don't have to be gaming so hard that you just have this big bullseye on your back and you're just being actively too much in the game, similar to like what Drew's been kind of doing, right? But what you can be is entertaining for us at home. Be someone that we're like, okay, we're all in. But I just feel like even on the feeds, he is boring to watch. On the television show, sure, in the diary rooms, he could be a little spicy, but on the show, and in the feeds in particular, man, it's like, imagine if we had 17 Barretts in the house. Imagine if the show was just all 17 versions of Barrett. The show would have been canceled. I will take a Devins. I will take a Rome. I will take easily a Jason over what Barrett is giving us when it comes to the actual content. Dreadful Ruby says, I didn't even have to hear Republican to know what to expect from Kamu. MMA fighter was big enough red flag to know production should have done a deeper dive. They didn't care to. And honestly, I feel like they get to the point in the casting when they don't even care to look into social media and see anything problematic. They just do like a general search, and then they're just like, all right, everything's good here. This is someone we need to get on the show for whatever reason. But they definitely don't do enough of a deep dive into problematic behavior, and we've seen it in the past too. Haley might get the power of knowing all the people who have said bad stuff about her, so basically everyone. That's the only power she's winning. And oh my God, that would be actually so funny if like they had a power you could win where you could see what people are saying about you behind your back. Like, remember, because technically BB Rewind, they've done that in the past where they have put in audio in the house of like people talking. Am I misremembering that? Was that not Big Brother? Was that something else? I feel like that was Big Brother. Now I'm like second guessing myself. But someone let me know in the comments if I'm wrong there. But do you remember when they would put in like audio of people talking about, someone or talking about game or whatever, and they fed that into the house? Am I misremembering that, or that was definitely a thing at one point? So imagine if they give like something like that as like a power of punishment. That would be hilarious. Like your punishment is like people can hear what you've said about them. It'd be way too much. But hey, I mean, the Devin's power is way overpowered. Why not a punishment being overpowered? Maybe it was BB Can. I don't remember. There was something like that. And I'm actively can remember them like pumping in stuff where some of it was like really like not that bad. And then someone was like, wow, I can't believe they're giving him that. Like, that's a little much information to give. Someone has to remember what I'm talking about because that was definitely a thing. And maybe it was Big Brother Canada, but it was definitely a thing at some point. Right. So self-described Democrats, not much better. Both are right-wing parties at the end of the day. And honestly, though, like I said, I don't care about their political affiliation. I care about what they are as people and how they represent themselves inside and outside the house. That's more of a concern to me than political affiliation. But I totally understand if you have that opinion. That's totally cool. Bear is definitely hard to watch. Yeah, like we've gone over that a million times. It's just rough. When Haley talked about all the women being taken out, I was flabbergasted. It was so funny. It was so funny just because that was the one time Barrett was really entertaining. So I was like, his eyes just being like, am I missing something here? Like, what do you mean? How are all the women going to be taken out? There's one woman that's been taken out so far and two dudes. I'm like, what are we talking about here? That was the one part that I was like, okay, that's funny. But I wish he would have given more even in that moment too. Kamu can win the show. He definitely can win the show. He definitely can win the show. Not saying I want that to happen, but absolutely, like he's in a position where I feel like even if they come after Red Corner, even if they try to take a shot at those three, I don't think they're coming after Kamu. I think they're coming after Haley 100%. I even think Chuck could go before Kamu would. It is wild that Lyric told someone she loved them and is on the verge of a new showmance. To see her and Chuck and the amount of flirtation is wild. When she knows, she knows that Rome is watching and she's tried to make it clear in the episodes where she's just like, hey, I'm going to do my flirt thing. I'm going to have to do what I have to do. But Rome, baby, I'm still coming home to you. But then you see the feeds and you're like, this is either the most convincing performance ever, or is she kind of like leaning in a different direction at this point? It is funny because I'll give her credit. If she's using it to her advantage, good on you, girl. But at the same time, it is wild. I am really behind in the comments. So let me catch up. If Kamu is the one to clue in Drew that he is the target, he could gain Drew's favor. And if he wins BBBB, then they could continue on. The fact that Barrett, because I thought that information would come from Barrett. I really did. Knowing the relationship he has with Drew and has had all season and how close they've been, once he got full confirmation that Drew was the target, I thought Barrett would be the one to do it. And unless I've missed something on the feeds, Barrett's just basically being like, well, it is what it is. I get from a game sense that like you don't want that information to come back at you where, oh, well, how did Drew find out he was the target? And then Drew somehow slips the ball and says, hey, Barrett gave me this information. That would be a problem, right? For Barrett's game, especially when he's trying to play this, I'm just going to float in the background. No one look at me. But I still wish he would give Drew the idea, or hopefully maybe on Thursday, give him the last second advice of being like, bro, you're gone if you don't win, to give him that edge. But I'm torn. I really am torn because I get it. I get why you shouldn't give that information out there, but it frustrates me because if I were an alliance member with you and like wanted to keep that strong, nothing is going to scream louder, this person's with me, than if they give me the, hey, guess what? You're going home if not. And if somehow he stays and that information comes back out that he knew, and then Drew finds out he knew it but didn't give him the heads up, I think that's going to be tough to come back from. Barrett is so disappointing because it doesn't help commentators, podcasters get cast in the future. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And hopefully one day I can get on some sort of show. It'd be a lot of fun to play a game. But yeah, I'm like, Barrett, you're supposed to be one of us. You're supposed to help us here. You're supposed to give us a position where they're like, we need more of these types. And like, I would even say, shoot, like Quinn, who we had on the podcast a few weeks ago, he was a super fan, not necessarily a podcaster at the time, but he was a super fan of the game. Like, at least he was a personality. Barrett is just not. He's not. And I'm like, bro, you're not helping my cause here for me to ever get cast. Not saying I would, but just, you know what I'm saying. Based on Drew's challenge performance, I do believe that Drew has gone next. I mean, it's there. Like, he hasn't even come close in any of these competitions. Now, his two competitors in this blockbuster challenge are most likely Lyric, looking like it's going that way. They had to talk today. I'm pretty sure that's where it's going. But Lyric and Melody, Lyric's won one veto, so she has an opportunity to continue that streak. Melody hasn't won anything, and Drew hasn't won anything. Depending on what the competition is, I mean, he still has a chance. I mean, if he was going up against like a Kamu or a Yosh or a Haley, I'd be like, ooh, not looking good. But the fact is, he's going up against two people that, yes, there's been one win, but I still think it's kind of equal footing for all three of them. If Chelsea is Derek, Ashley is Steve, who is Nicole this season? Oh, man. So if Chelsea is Derek, Ashley is Steve. I'm not getting the comparison to Ashley to Steve. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Who is Nicole this season? Man, that's tough. I would say Lyric. Like, let me know in the chat if you think I'm wrong. But I would say Lyric, like trying to fall for a man, like using the like, oh, I need to be in a showman. We saw it on her first two seasons, and really using that to an opportunity to kind of get to the end of the game because the guy's always gonna be the target over her. I would probably say I would think Nicole. Or are we talking about Franzel here, right? I'm assuming you mean Franzel. By the way, what was the name of the competition last night on the for the HOH competition? It was like Franzel something. Like, they just have to always include Nicole Franzel. I feel like she has a contract with Big Brother that requires them to always mention her every single season. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Can anyone in the chat let me know why they are so on the Nicole Franzel train that like they have to include her in every form of any Big Brother season ever created? Like, we had Wine or Wine last season, and then now we have the whatever it said. It said like Franzel something. I'm just like, what is with their like passion for this woman? I don't get it. I don't get it. I read your comment earlier. Perfect. The punishments are so silly that it is more than worth the risk when voting for faves. Oh, 100%. 100%. And I mean, thank God this thing is only going to last 6 weeks. But the other problem I have, and I've talked about it on stream before too, the other problem I have with the power punishment thing is they don't have a title on the screens. It's just power 1, power 2, power 3, power 4, blah, 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 and punishment 1, blah, blah, blah. They don't have like coin flip or, offer or something like that, where if they hit it, we know that's what they got, because I feel like there's a little bit of doubt that punishment 4 could be whatever they want to come up with. Power 1 could be whatever they want to give to that person. It's very vague, and they don't have to necessarily like let that be the thing, right? Like, how are we to know that punishment or power one was actually power one behind it. That's where I have a little bit of doubt and wish there would have been more clarity when it came to that, because you don't have to give the players an idea of what each one is. You can just have it be vague, but vague enough where us as an audience, we know what the possibilities for the powers and punishments are, that we know, hey, here's what a title for it. Coin flip could mean anything. They don't know what coin flip could mean. It could be whatever. Where you could put detective for punishment, and it's, the egg detective suit, right? It doesn't mean anything to them. They won't know exactly what it could be. They could have an idea, but they don't know for a fact. But when you make it as vague as possible, where it's power one, and I'm not saying they're doing this, get that straight. I'm not saying that there's a conspiracy out there. I'm just saying you're leaving it up to interpretation for the audience to have that doubt in their head that Devin's actually got that power, which is by far the best power they could possibly get. And they want Devins to stay around because they want that Survivor audience. Power one is now this one. Just saying. It's too vague. People don't want to risk Haley getting a power. I think people just don't like her. I think the audience doesn't like her. I don't think it's happening. I don't think she's gonna be anywhere close to winning the possibility of a power / punishment. A lot of people say Big Brother 26 is Big Brother 16 and Big Brother 27 is Big Brother 17. So they think Big Brother 28 is going to be Big Brother 18. I would put this more in line with Big Brother 16 or the start of Big Brother 20, to be honest with you. And I still don't think comparing seasons one for one is anything that you can really do, because the casts are so different that, yes, the gameplay might be similar, but the cast and the personalities are hard to completely match one for one. But I would say there's more of a grasp towards Big Brother 16 when it comes to gameplay than anything, where I feel like Big Brother 16's cast was a little bit better. A lot bit better. Ashley was my winner pick last season. This time last season, she was in a rough position too, so holding on to hope. 100%. I still think Taylor is not in a awful position by any means. But is she in a position where I think that she's got an uphill climb? Absolutely. She has to get in some kind of power, because where Ashley last season really was, she was in initial trouble, especially with Showergate and all of that. And, continuing to be a possible pawn, where I feel like she developed better relationships, and I feel like Taylor's doing that. But she was able to also hide behind Rachel Riley for the vast majority of the game, because Rachel was the only returnee, and Rachel was someone that she had a good relationship and could just hide behind, where that's always going to be the bigger target. Where Taylor, I feel like, doesn't have that person to sit in front of her and take the bullets, where Taylor's the one that's going to be taking those bullets no matter what for her other people, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Where I get where you're saying, but I just feel like Ashley, especially early on in the game, was never looked at as someone as this person's going to win if they get there. She ended up pulling it out and ended up getting the win in the end because she did all the right things when it came down the stretch. But I feel like Taylor is much more having a bigger target on her back with no one to protect her in front of her. KLB, about half an hour ago, Dee was just continuing to rap Barrett, and then she gave him a big long hug. He's just blindsided by Dee. I get it. I get it, Barrett. Like, Dee is a beautiful woman. She's a very attractive woman. I understand. Probably completely out of your league. But hey, I get it. But you got to understand too, like, you know how this is going to be portrayed to America, where you just completely fall to her whim. You're going to always be looked at as the guy that just, let Dee work her magic on. Look at Austin on her Survivor season. Look at how she played the challenge. Like, come on. Like, it's obvious. Ick, what a terrible final three. I'm the Camu, Haley, and Chuck. Dear God, let's pray that never happens. People seem to respect Camu as a game player. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in a position where I feel like he's in a way better spot than a lot of people, especially people in his own alliance. Mallory was my preseason winner pick. I thought she would be a lot more mentally tough, but she breaks down a lot. She's also been on the bottom the entire game, right? And people, I mean, they call her Pipe Queen, which can we still workshop that name? Like, can we still workshop that? But look at her. She's won a veto. She's won a blockbuster. She is a challenge threat, but I think mentally she also needs those people around her to be there for her. And like the fact that she never has had a true person in her corner the entire game. Maybe Barrett to an extent you could say that about, because I feel like he does have a probably, yes, you could say Melody and has like the closer relationship, but Melody's been in trouble too, and we've seen her throw Mallory under the bus a lot this game. I think Barrett's a little bit closer because Barrett hasn't had the target and has been on the right side of the house where his relationship is gonna, I think, long term be better with her. But she absolutely can win challenges. She's just been on the bottom, so I get it. Runny nose, red eyes, bawling to Haley HOH. Oh, this week's been rough. Has it not? Has it not? Like, has this not been like, can we just fast forward? Can we just fast forward to Thursday already? I am so ready. I'm so ready. Rookies would be more naive to what Drew is up to. The icons are just too good for that. 100%. 100%. And I kid you not, guys. I've said it a million times on here. It really comes down to Angela's paranoia. It comes to Angela's paranoia and feeling like, oh, I've got this idea in my head that Drew is doing too much. I'm going to spread it like wildfire. And even if people think they're good with Drew, the fact that Angela's feeling this way, it's got to be true. It's just tanked his game. I honestly believe, even if Rick and Dee were there, but Angela wasn't, I don't think Drew's going home this week. I don't think he's touching the block. I really think Angela has done so much damage to his game that no matter what he does, it's because Angela basically did this. Just be interesting as a human. Exactly. Please be interesting as a human. That's all we ask for. Yeah. Let me see here. I saw an interview with Drew's friend, and he claimed that CBS really looked into Drew's socials and they questioned one of his Instagram posts. The funny thing is they misunderstood it and it was fine. Interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, we're human. Like, right? We're all human. We're possibly going to miss stuff. You know, you might go through a million posts and you miss the one thing or one comment that social media out there is able to pick up and run with and be like, how did they not catch this? We're all human. But when it's in his Instagram stories and like locked in there as like something that he's like, he purposely made as a main thing for you to be able to see on his profile is wild. Also, really wild that like no one came across that till like weeks into the game. Very wild. I think she meant most of the girls at the bottom or risk to go home most likely. Like, yes and no. I mean, we're gonna have 3 straight weeks of possibly, guys going home / being the main target. And at this point, anyone the remainder of the game is gonna have a target on their back. You can make it that every single person has some sort of target on their back. Outside of maybe Angela. I mean, I get it, guys. If I were in that house, I'm taking Angela final 2. I'm taking Angela final 2, and I'm doing everything I can to protect that woman at all costs. I can't stand watching it. I think that it's terrible gameplay. I have a hard time playing with it, but my God, would I want to sit next to her at the end? Taylor is playing better than I thought she was going to. I think she's playing exactly how I thought, but I just think she's unfortunately always been on the wrong side. Vikings record prediction for real, 7-10. You mean? You see that on the wall? That's a champion right there. We're winning the Super Bowl. I already got $100 down in Vegas on it, like I do every year. My wife's like, "Oh, it's your weekly or your yearly burning money?" I was like, "Yep, yep." Lyric is the perfect girl for a red pill like Rome. Kind of, yeah. Don't they love a girl who? Not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna bring that any attention. But Mary, yes. I knew Devins would do well because if you are not Joe, people just don't like him in the game. Oh, sorry. People just like him in the game. Yeah, because I mean, Joe is his kryptonite, right? The honor and integrity is so far opposite of what Devins wants to do. But I just think he is just a likable dude. He just seems like someone you could chill and have a beer with. Like I've heard stories from Fair Play about like hanging out with Devins and stuff, and he just seems like one of the guys. Like just, hey, let's go and have a beer and just sit on the porch and talk about stories, like that kind of thing. And he totally gives that vibe. I don't want Melody to go. If Drew wins the blockbuster, I'm thinking it's very tough for Melody to stay in this game. Maybe something can happen, especially if Lyric, goes off the wall, but I don't see it happening. I just think it's Melody or Drew this week. One of them will go home. That's where I stand. I'm gonna plant my flag right now. Drew being main target, Melody being backup. Joe said he blocked 3 people from Survivor: Devins, Tiff, and Wentworth. He is so weird. Why would he block Wentworth? The hell did Wentworth do? Is it because of her little sketches? If that's the case, my God, Joe. My God. Wentworth is like, and I honestly will say this, like out of all my relationships with survivors, Big Brother people, what have you, obviously through doing the podcast and my live shows and what have you, Wentworth is one of the most genuinely sweet and caring person like you could possibly find when it comes to like not letting the fame and all that stuff get to them. Like she is just down to earth cool, where I will just text her on a random Sunday during football season and be like, Seahawks suck, huh? Even though they won the Super Bowl last year, but I'll just talk shit or something. And she'll just talk shit back and just like, hey, how's the family? Like, like she's just so sweet. Like, so for him to block her, like, I don't know what happened there. That's wild. Excuse me. I felt bad for Melody when she was crying. I was completely on her side when she was talking about Haley in the diary room. Like, it was brutal. And the fact that like the show posted the clips and showed the receipts when it came to everything that she was saying, man, like I feel like the show's been like, okay, this is our villain arc for the season. And yeah, I felt bad for Melody too. I think they're also trying to hype up Melody with the audience and the casuals, where if Drew does come home, they want her to be like the next star of the other side, right? I feel like I'm getting that edit from Melody and Taylor in particular, which Taylor, I love. Melody, I think they might be hyping her more than what we're actually getting, but I do see that like she could be the fun opposition for sure. For sure. Lyric is the most surprising of the house guests. I think so. I think Lyric, especially when Rome was gone, because when I saw them the first night and they were cuddling and kissing and stuff, when the first night feeds came on, I was like, oh, here we go. But I think Lyric, and I would also put Mallory there too. I think Mallory has been a surprising comp beast while also being someone that I'm like, I can get why the audience is behind her. At first, I doubted it, but now besides the crying and like the constant like woe is me, I do see aspects of her gameplay that I'm like, okay, this is more than the nerdy archetype that they pinned on her to start the season. Franzel, man, I'm this far back in the comments. We're still on the Franzel thing. Damn. Okay. I did not know that he blocked Tiff and Devins. Joe said that he and Devins were all good after the game. Yeah, I thought they were good too. So that's wild. Lyric does have a Nicole-ish voice. Yes, she absolutely can at times, for sure. I've never really been able to decide how I feel about Nicole. I just think one, the whininess, but also the fact that Big Brother just rubs her in our face. I also really didn't respect how she treated Cody when Cody backstabbed her and took her out at the end of the All Stars 2, where it almost felt like entitlement, like you should be taking me, and how dare you for not doing what I thought was the best thing to happen. Like, you have to understand, like, yeah, you might be pissed, but be like, hey, game respects game. You did what you had to do. I get it. Where she was just like, nah, dog. And I don't have anything against her personally, but the character on my television screen is just a lot. It's just, I'm over it. Over the years, I'm just kind of over the character. And like between that, Amazing Race, what have you, like it's just a lot. And then the wine didn't do her any favors. All right, so let's see here. The HOH is just whatever. Rachel won last year. Yeah, exactly. The bribe is too OP. It should just be Zach's power. Now, initially, that's what I thought it was going to be. When we initially heard that it was the bribe, I was like, oh, okay, so it's going to be Zach's power from last season, where he can give the $10,000 to someone. But no, it wasn't that. So I was like, oh, okay, it's a little OP for sure. But the Devins one is way OP. The thing is, the bribe, that the reason why that's OP is because it's the whole game. She can use it the entire game, which is wild. And also, here's my question, because it's kind of vague, right? It's kind of vague where it's like you use it as a temptation, a bribe to another player that, hey, I'll give you this money, but you have to throw this competition or what have you. Do they actually have to do it? Because that's not clear, right? Could you be like, oh, sure, yeah, I'll take the money and I'll take the bribe, no problem, I'll throw that competition for you, and then you just be like, I'm not throwing that competition, like, thanks for the $5,000 though. Like, is that a possibility? Is there somewhere written in the rules where no, you have to actually live up to the bribe? Because in a bribe in real life, someone can offer you money to do something, you can take the money, you don't have to necessarily do it. Is that open to interpretation, or is that solidified as, hey, you actually have to follow through on that thing? Because it didn't really say in there that, because if I were in the house and like she offered me $5,000 to throw a competition or whatever it may be like, sure, no problem, D, thanks for the $5,000. In the DR, hell no, I'm not doing that, but thanks for $5,000. I don't know, that's just because it was very vague. Rick would have gone for a coin of destiny if he saw the names. Oh, 1,000%. He sees anything coin related, he's taking that all day. BB27 is not BB17, it's BB11. Similar, yeah, I would see so. Haley acting like she's had her back against the wall in the game, and then Melody's calling her out for that not being the case was so good. Oh, it was so good. And I love the show doing that and giving the receipts and just kind of putting Haley in like a position where America's not going to like her. I love that they're not sugarcoating it too. BB Can 10 house guests overheard a fellow house guest talking smack about them while making a decision between her winning money or the rest of the house guests' letters or getting letters. She took the money and shredded the letters. So, oh yeah, Ika Wong. But was that BB10? I thought it was BB2, or maybe they did it again, didn't they? They did it again at some point. Man, my memory when it comes to that is all jumbled. But there was something like that. So thank you for giving me some kind of clarification. Dee and Angela have the Dee and Julie relationship from Survivor 45. Dee knows how to get the older women on her side 100%. But also, it was like a pre-built-in relationship just because you are two people that are coming from, being on reality television before, having been on Survivor, having been Big Brother. So that natural connection was already there, where if they were two newbies and then they were in a position where they became close, and then I would say it's more so a reoccurring theme than the fact that also they're just two icons, so they have to kind of play together. You sometimes miss a Kamet. You sometimes miss a Kamet. I'm not sure what you mean there. I'm not sure what came it means. You have to let me know. I mean, CBS doesn't allow you to audition if you had HIV for Big Brother or Amazing Race. They are not dating shows, so why would it matter? CBS had always showed their biases. Well, the reason for the HIV thing is because if you're in a competition and you get cut or bleed or something, then that's a huge liability for CBS with the other house guests. Like 100%. Like that, the reason why, if you have HIV or, some kind of, major thing like that, like, yeah, you can't, liability wise, for like lawyers in a sense like that, you can't let that person play in the game, because if there's some kind of accident happens, or any blood is spilt, that is a huge liability for the other contestants. Absolutely. So that's why. Drew, Timu, Matt Hardman, Campbell. I don't know if I would say Matt Hardman, but I get it because of the whole Angela thing. I get that. But like anything else, no. But yeah. I feel like this cast likes Angela. They do, but like, is Angela beating half of them in the comp, or like in the end? I don't know. Having someone with diabetes is more risk on comp like that than HIV. I don't know. It's definitely a risk, especially if they have diabetes, but like, I think that's different. We're talking about like, a transmitted disease where diabetes isn't transmitted to someone else, right? Undetectable equals untransmissible. Totally understand that. But what I'm saying is, liability wise for the show, I don't know how that holds up in the court of law if something were to happen, right? Like, I'm not saying that that's 100% the reason, but I'm saying, like, if something like that were to happen, I think that is something that they're just trying to protect themselves from, right? And I'm not saying I'm the most knowledgeable in this field by any means, guys. Like, let's be very clear. I'm not saying I'm the most knowledgeable when it comes to this stuff, but that's where I think that when it comes to like the risk reward, especially with like that kind of thing, I think that is something, that's why they protect themselves from it. That's just my personal thought on the matter. I could be completely wrong, right? Winning the Super Bowl in Madden, God damn it. Okay, so let's see here. Kamu and Haley want to be honor and integrity players. They think they are. They honestly think they are, but they are not. Like, Joe would be in the Red Corner Alliance as quick as you could possibly. Like, does Joe from Survivor not seem like the perfect Red Corner Alliance member? Like 100%. 100%. Wentworth asked the same thing. Yeah, I don't understand why he would do that. After Drew, who do you think will be next main target? It's a good question. It really comes down to the power, right? Where if Taylor or Yash or someone on the other side of the house wins power, I think Haley's the main target. I think for a lot of people, Haley's the main target. I think also they could possibly say, well, Haley's a known quantity. Yeah, we might hate her, but I would say maybe Kamu, like, as a backup, just because you got to take the shot. And if you're not going to be able to hit Haley, let's go after Kamu, who's like just a legit game threat. I would say those two from one side of the house. The other side of the house, it's tough, right? We're running out of options here. I would probably lean towards Taylor. I think the other side of the house is going to be like, okay, Taylor is going to be a threat. Mallory, even. I'd say Mallory or Taylor is like the front runner for the Tool Shit Alliance for sure. Her sketches are the best. She's the one of my all-time faves, but her social media just makes me like her that much more. I mean, what she does on social media is great. And I've been talking to her about setting up her Twitch. So, because she wants to do like a Twitch gaming channel. I told her you should do that in a heartbeat. Look at some of the biggest streamers in the world. They're all gamers. And the amount of like people that they have that come in for their audience and stuff, through Twitch and all that with gaming is huge. And you already have a platform where you have a huge following that they would totally translate and bring over to Twitch. I'm trying to set her up with a Twitch account and like get her all set up and everything. And then hopefully I could be one of the ones playing with her. And hopefully that would help our reach for the channel here. So I would really love to see her set that up and make a gaming channel, which I think could go big. And we're talking about Wentworth here. And then from there, hopefully set her up and we can work with her on that. So that'd be a lot of fun. I am shocked Wentworth didn't like 100 challenges or traders. I mean, didn't do like 100 challenges or traders. Well, I think challenge is not necessarily her thing, but maybe it is. I don't know for a fact. But the traders, I feel like that call is coming. I feel like that call is coming sooner rather than later. Where Fair Play thinks he should have been called years ago, I think for sure Wentworth is absolutely going to get that call possibly as early as the next time they do, Icons version again. What's up, Robert? Welcome in. Good to see you again, my friend. I think D and Devins will be surprised BB fans are not crazy about that side. Yes, but they're also coming from a position of they already have a built-in audience, so they're already going to have their friends there and stuff. They're going to be their friends, excuse me, their fans there. I think that they are going to, no matter what, go unscathed, even though people don't like that side of the house and don't like that it's been constant power, especially the red corner part. But they're always the two of the red corner that are like not necessarily associated with the other three. You get what I mean? Like they might be shocked, but they're also like doing what's best for their game at this point. We heart Mallory. I think we all do for sure. Maybe Joe blocked Wentworth because she liked what Devins was doing on 50. She might have liked what Devins was doing on 50, but I still think there's something else there. Dean would not, because other people, like a vast majority of people, even the fans, liked what Devins was doing, and not necessarily just because of Joe, right? Like Joe is just not. He was too honor and integrity. D would not care. If I hear to win, Devins would backtrack. He is such a camera hog. Possibly. Like I think either could win for sure. I haven't seen Wentworth sketches. Maybe she did a sketch of that Joe felt like made him look bad. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I can think of. It was something to do with the sketch where of honor, integrity, or something. That's the only I can think of. And even then you don't have thick enough skin to understand it's a parody. Like, come on, dude. Nicole got the money, and the boys I had to respect. It's true. Can't wait for Angela to spiral out. It's coming, guys, and I think it's coming sooner rather than later. Let me see here. Man, I'm way behind on comments. All right, let me catch up real quick. Do some of these quick ones. The bride being held to the end would not be fun to see. I just think it's stupid. Like, it should end before jury, or like maybe a week or two into jury. That's it. Like, none of these powers should go all the way to the end. Absolutely not. I mean, you can look in Survivor. The immunity idol doesn't go all the way to the end. I do believe they said they had to do the bribe. So, okay, maybe they did say that. Maybe I didn't catch it. I think did specify something about the person being bribed. So maybe I just misheard or whatever, but I still think it's open to interpretation. I could be misremembering since I don't recall the details exactly. I just thought it was very vague. I think 5K is too little too low in my opinion. It should have been 10K. 1,000%. Besides Haley, who is your least favorite? It's tough. I think Lala is just boring and doesn't know how to play the game. I think Haley's just sucks all the way around. I would say Kamu for like personally how he is, 1,000% not on the Kamu train at all anymore. And really, it's tough. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. Yash is just kind of boring, but at least like I think he might change it a little bit if he gets power. I don't know. There's just so many people that I don't really love, right? Like there's just so many people that I'm like, that's why I'm like actively rooting for Drew to win the blockbuster, because at least he's some entertainment on my television screen and he's opposition. Obviously the icons out. I would say Angela too. Like Angela is just pissing me off. I don't know. It's just kind of an unlikable cast. Am I wrong? Drew didn't win the power. It was D. Yeah, no. So it was D who won the power, and she won the BB bribe. So just crazy. This whole time we've been trying to figure out if it was Drew and why Drew didn't use the coin of destiny on himself. And turns out when I watched the episode, I'm like, oh, missed that. Okay, wow, did not see that coming. Yeah, 10K for sure. 10 sounds a lot better. I love watching players finding out America hates them. It is fun, but I just wish we could find it out on the show. Like if I could translate it to anything, like last season with the whole Vince and Morgan thing, when Zingbot zinged them about like the girlfriend and all that, and they kind of got a glimpse of, even though they knew they were being a little wishy-washy and being weird about like very close and touchy-feely and all that, they still felt like, oh, but we're not doing anything wrong. And then when they got the Zingbot, and to have that little information out there that, hey, they're talking, if Zingbot is bringing up, it's getting talked about by America. Like that's fun to see. Like I wish we got, even though I'm not a fan of the Zingbot, and you can hate me for that, I don't care. Zingbot, I feel like it's overplayed. It's old. I'm over it. I'd take Kathy Griffin back at this point. Not really, just joking. But like I do think that pumping in some kind of information like, hey, this is what America is really feeling about this, and watching them panic or freak out or whatever it may be, is kind of fun. It's kind of fun. That was a dumb question. Who is your least favorite besides Haley and Barrett? I thought about including Barrett there, but I was just like, he's just boring more than I just don't like him. I like him. I think that he leaves me a lot to be desired, but it's like, and I have to respect the fact that he's laying low and hopefully he turns it on at some point, but he's just kind of boring. He's just boring. Comment. I guys, let me know. What am I missing? I don't even know what that means. I can. Is it a common moment? Like, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Kamet is Kamu and Comet merged together. Gotcha. So what was your original question when it came to that? I can't even find it now. Oh, I just saw it and I went with it. You sometimes miss a comment. Okay, gotcha. Are we ranking Big Brother seasons similar to which order we are supposed to watch Star Wars in? I think when it comes to like people who are watching Big Brother for the first time, I think when it comes to that, I always try to lead them in the direction of best seasons to watch as a whole, more than necessarily my personal favorite seasons. I tried to lead them in the direction of, hey, this is just a good all around season. You might not be happy with the winner, or you might not, whatever, but like, it's just a good season overall, brings the drama, the social strategy, what have you. Rather than, I will never tell them to go in order, because I feel like BB1 is unwatchable. It's unwatchable. It's awful. BB2 is really good because you got Dr. Will, and essentially he carries that season. But then you also have the aspect where it's true for a lot of people. It is true for a lot of people that watching things that are in non-HD in today's day and age are harder to watch because it feels so old and dated. And especially when aspects of the game aren't the same as what you get today. So I tried to lead them to the older, really good seasons initially, and then lead them towards the seasons that are like more new era, for lack of a better term, but also the HD quality. Hope that. I feel like the non-HD thing is real, especially amongst the Gen Z, where they never really had to fully live through that era, like kind of, but not really. And yeah, it's just, I feel like the non-HD thing is a big thing for people. Yep, that's why he was medevaced. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. What's up, Streaming? The weekly stipend is 1K, so 5K may look good to some of them. That is very true. That's actually a very good point, because if you guys didn't know, the stipend they get is $1,000 a week every single week you're in there, unless you are the final two where you get, X amount of money, $750,000, and what is the other one, like $100,000 for second place, whatever it may be. 50, no, yeah, and then America's favorite is what, 50,000, which I still think the stipend for Big Brother is astronomically too low, way too low. Because if you go on Survivor, right, you're on Survivor, and I get it, it's different conditions, like you're surviving, like you're struggling out there, right, where Big Brother's a little more cush, but the amount of time you play Big Brother, $1,000 a week, like, is not enough. I don't think that's enough. Where on Survivor, if you're the first one out and you only played 3 days, you're walking out minimum $12,500. You get $2,500 and then $10,000 for the reunion bonus, right? Even if there's not a reunion or you're pre-jury and you're not a part of it, you still get that stipend. So minimum last place person on Survivor gets is $12,500. And they are there for 3 days. Big Brother, you could be there for 5 weeks and you're making $5,000. I think that they should be getting paid way more. I think, especially in today's day and age where how much everything costs, the cost of living is astronomical now. Like, sure, in Big Brother 1, $1,000 a week would have been great, but we don't live in that era anymore. And yes, they bumped up the prize to $750K from $500,000, which glad they did that. But I 100% believe that $1,000 a week is far too low. And I think it should be at minimum, I'd say $2,500 to $3,000. Personally, that's where I feel. And I still feel like Survivor being $1 million prize should be more. Yeah, like the fact is that they haven't changed it, and I feel like I understand it is way more cush than Survivor. I totally get that, but we're talking about 3 days is still more. I think. Okay, let's see here. I have to do the math. So let's just say, so you would be getting, if you lasted 3 days and were taken out first on Survivor, you're making the same amount of money as someone that has to be there for 3 months in the Big Brother game on the jury. That's crazy. Am I wrong? Like, that's crazy. I think they make more for last place on Survivor than a Big Brother jury member makes in the grand scheme of things. It might be a little less, but I think it's about the same. Like, financially, it would not be smart for me to go on Big Brother because I'd be losing money not being at my job. And same for a lot of people, I'm not saying just me, but like, that's why it should be at least more, right? There should be some, how am I supposed to say this where it sounds correct, right? Where like it needs to be high enough number where people are like, I'm going on the show, but at least I feel comfortable paying my bills when I get back. Where $1,000 a week in today's day and age, I don't think it's covering it. All right, guys. Remember, get your guys' comments read live here on stream, twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby. You can find me, and at After Show on YouTube. You guys can find me there. We read all your guys' comments live here on stream. I'm going to try to catch up on those ones right now. But yeah, hit the like button if you guys can. All the guys in the comments right now, guys and gals in the comments right now, hit that like button, hit the bell notification so you're notified when I go live. Leave a comment after the fact in the comment section below. Anything you guys do, help me get my name out there more in front of more people. If you guys help me by just hitting that like button, it does so much more for me than you guys could ever know, because it gets this video in front of people that might not know it's out there. So thank you so much for your guys' support and just being here in the comments. You guys, I missed this. I missed our daytime streams. I'm excited to Kiddos in school now. Thank God for summer. And summer's over. I love my kid, but my God, I am so ready for school to start back up. So, yeah, absolutely think that it's great to be back with you guys here on our afternoon live stream. So if you guys can just do me one favor and hit that like button. And if you guys can, go check out my Twitch. It really helps me if you support me on Twitch as well by just watching on there, because I could use a little more viewership, but I'm just grateful for you guys being here with me. And hopefully we can build this community back to where it was last season. We get it, Bobby. Don't worry. I got you. We putting you on the hot seat. Kind of, you were, but I was trying to put, I was trying to make it so it's understandable, but where I feel like that's the reasoning behind it, which I'm very oblivious to. I could be completely wrong, but that's where I would essentially assume that where they don't allow HIV, people with HIV to be in the game. Joe is Kamu, Kamu is Joe. So true. But without I feel like Joe is way less problematic than Kamu. But when it comes to like gameplay style, 100%. You should listen to your wife and not donate money to the casino every year. Well, when you work at a casino, what are you going to do? Only $100 is reasonable. That's all I did. So don't worry. Okay. What do you think will get the time capsule next? Or who do you think will get the time capsule next? I think 100% if he's there, Drew's getting it. Outside of Drew, Mallory. I think Mallory's a top contender. Possibly Taylor. Ooh la la, love a Twitch gamer, especially Dead by Daylight. Guys, I'm telling you right now, when the season's over, I know my stream struggled a little bit once like the season was over. So I was like, I'll just take a break, just focus on the Big Brother the Survivor actual podcast rather than my live streams once Big Brother season was over. But I planned this season once the season's over to continue by doing more gaming stuff. So if that's your guys' jam, if you like gaming, especially when Grand Theft Auto comes out, ooh, a lot of gaming there. Angela is already moving the target to Yash. Oh, geez. Well, that's on brand. We get to ironically stand Thog before GTA 6. Thog. I don't know. You have to let me know what Thog is. I'm blinking. In 2026, controlled HIV has little to no chance of spreading unless through things like shared needles or deep puncture wounds, or even then within 72 hours of medical attention would be even less. I get it. Like I said, I'm not knowledgeable. Just saying. Oh, Haley Thog. Duh. Sorry. I thought when you capitalized it all, I thought you were, I thought it was like a game or something. Never mind. Kelly needs to be on the traders. Absolutely. Icons are doing a good job of making red corner shields 1,000%. I think that's the best thing that they've done all game is one, continuing those relationships with the red corner, making them feel very comfortable with them. But most importantly, making sure those three are always the threat and the target above who should really be the threat and who's really pulling the strings in the icons. 1,000%. And they got an easy early game, so why think about how it's taken? They got airtime and an easy ride, so oh well. They got beyond an easy ride this season. Beyond an easy ride. The reason Wentworth was blocked by Joe is probably because she posted Joe in a skit saying, if everyone gets mad or medevaced, I could win. It's actually hilarious. That's actually really funny. And if he got offended by that, that's insane. D definitely hams it up for the camera, which is fine. But people act like Devins is the only one who does it. When D got the capsule and she was acting like she was going to cry, it was so over the top. 1,000%. Devins just knows because he's a news anchor, right? It's how he talks. It's how he pronunciates things. It's like just the way his aura is. Like he's a natural goofball. Where D, I feel like with Devins, it's more authentic. Where D is, I feel like more hamming it up to just be like to make the TV moment more than it actually being real. Where I feel like Devins is more genuine. Sari wins season 12 if Terry's idol doesn't exist. Oh, 1,000. Well, yeah. Sari should have won that season to begin with. Yash is failing to recreate the brigade. 1,000%. It's so bad. It's so bad. Is Brent watching? Well, he was. I actually, it's funny you bring it up. I actually texted him today and was checking in on him, seeing how he's doing, how life was and all that. He hasn't texted me back. He's probably at work. But I was going to reach out to him and try to get him on this week because we had Wentworth last week, but we're struggling to find a former player on Survivor or Big Brother to come on with us this week. We've reached out to a few people, but they're all busy. So I'm trying to see if Brent will come on with us this week to talk about Big Brother. So I know he was talking about it and he was in on it, but I got to make sure he's still into it. He must be over BB, isn't he? No, he's still in it. He's still in it. You can see him on social media. He's still very much so involved on social media, but definitely the podcasting and all that, not so much. Not so much. All right, let's see here. LOL, I really thought you would say Barrett when you read the least favorite question. I thought about it. I really thought about it, but I realistically was thinking, I was like, it's kind of the whole cast, is it not? I was a bigger Angela fan on 26. I mean, she's been rough. I'm sorry. It's rough for me. It's just like a lot. It's just the paranoia is insane. But then watch after the season, we'll be like, oh man, wasn't that fun? You know, I love Angela on Big Brother 26. Here, I hate her shenanigans. Ain't cute when she's on power. Like when she's on top, it's just too much. Like when she was behind and like she was the outcast of the house and she was acting crazy and the paranoia, it's like you felt for her, but like you got why she got herself in this position, but then you felt for her. Now she's in the position of power and she's still acting this way. It's like, girl, come on. Can't have your cake and eat it too. It's been a long time since Zingbot was funny. 1,000%. Thank you. Someone who agrees with me. Poor Kathy gets screwed with no equity. If only they revamp the Zingbot every year or something. If anything, that'll be when Angela crashes out. Man, that 1,000%. The Zingbot's just so played out, and it's like they want it to be a staple, but it's just so like annoying. And yes, they've done other versions of Zingbot and all that, but baby Zingbot. It's the aspect of the show that it's just so hard to convince people, hey, you need to watch a show, it's good. But then they do shit like that, and it's like, how do you come back from this? I just thought it was comment with accent. Yeah, Camet. Is it possible? What's up, Asher? How you doing? Is it possible that Drew and Melody are both safe this week and they decide to vote out Lyric? I find that highly unlikely, but we never know. Nah, it would take a lot for Lyric to go. I mean, she's really good with Kamu. She's really good with Chuck. She's got other people in the house that like don't see her as big of a threat or as big of a flip flopper. Like, yes, they do think she is like switching sides for sure. They know what she's doing, but they feel like she's someone that they can easily like manipulate or work with. I think Drew or Melody is screwed no matter what. Like if Drew wins, Melody's screwed. I think if Melody wins, or Lyric wins, Drew is absolutely gone. I hope things shake up, but I just don't see it. BB1 don't count. It doesn't count. The best season to watch for newbies to understand modern BB is 26. For modern BB, I would say I would probably recommend 20. I'd probably recommend 20, or I also like to recommend season 14 just for the entertainment aspect. I hate HD. It hurts my eyes. Mary, I need HD. I need a little grainy gray on my shows. Got to see it in black and white. The edit is gonna try to make it look like someone else can go, but it's definitely either Drew or Melody goes. 100%. They're gonna leave it open to interpretation, so the casuals are like, hey, there's a chance this person stays, but it's always gonna be those two, depending on. It's Drew 100% no matter what. Yes, excellent point. The quality of video. I personally, that's how I feel. And I've tried to get people to watch in the past, especially with like Survivor. Like when you go back and watch Survivor Borneo, right? Or try to get someone who's never watched Survivor, or maybe they've only watched a new era season, and then try to get them to go back and watch, Survivor 1. And one of the biggest gripes I've heard people say is, I would watch this, but there's like, nothing to it. There's no strategy. like completely, like with their strategy. Obviously, Richard Hatch, what have you, and all that, but like it's lacking with a lot of people in the cast because it was just fresh, it was a new game. But the main thing they come back to say is like, oh man, the fact that it's not in HD and it's kind of bland, like it's a thing for sure. I'm Gen Z, and I'm fine watching non-HD seasons, but you're a freak like me, Humane. You're a freak like me. They should get paid nothing, Mary. That, how dare you? People gotta live. People gotta eat. You able to take 3 months off work and not make a single dime back? Plus, they have to pay them for their likeness. So, I just think the fact that it hasn't changed in all these years while the economy has changed is crazy. It's crazy. Outside the grand prize, I get that. Even Survivor prize being $1 million is pretty wild. Like, I still think it should be more. Like, we're talking about $1 million 25 years ago is a lot different than $1 million now. It should be more 25 years later, 1,000%. Like, I like that 50 was 2 million, 1,000%. I love that, but I still think it should be like that every season. All right, we're getting close to wrapping up things here soon, so I'm going to try to nail out all your guys' comments real quick. Got to pay our employees less so we can give money to politicians so they can fund Israeli war crimes, right? I'm a cleaner and make more than $1,000 a week. Exactly. Right. I'm a bartender, and like $1,000 a week is a good week, but like it would struggle to like outside of that, like $1,000 minimum, but like to be a little more comfortable and be like, hey, I'm on a reality show and I feel comfortable back home that my family's okay. And the thing is too, guys, they got to understand too, is the money they get, the stipend for being on the show, they don't get that until after the show. Just like on Survivor. On Survivor, they don't get their checks until the finale. They don't get their checks till the finale. So they have to, sometimes wait almost a full year before they get paid for their time on Survivor. Or Big Brother, they have to wait till the end of the season, which is 3 months. Like, you might need that money. I don't know. Devin's strongest power, his social game, he could also be his undoing because people might not vote for him because they are hurt by his betrayal. Yes and no. Yes and no. I get what you're saying, but I feel like Devin's, the way he does it is, and you could see it on Survivor 50 too, is even when he was like playing against with people and was, obviously he was on the outs at a lot of parts, but even when he was like backstabbing people, they might be upset with him. But at the end of the day, he makes you feel comfortable in knowing, hey, it's just a game. It's nothing personal. He reiterates that. He really stabs home the fact that it's just a game. It's just a game. It's not how I really feel about it. That I feel like he could preserve those relationships when it comes to a jury. But you get to be on TV. I mean, yes, you get to be on TV, but you still got to be paid for your likeness. So it's 100%. You have to get something. I just think they should get more for the time they're being out there and missing work and all that stuff. Can you believe Blade got canceled? They waste that man time for 5+ years. Blade? I don't even know what show that is. So yes, I can believe why it got canceled. 1K a week won't pay rent in Temecula? Not a chance. It's not even my portion of the rent. I pay a lot more than that living down here in Southern California. Ours doesn't start till September in Canada. Oh, gotcha. Let's see here. If Devins votes out Kamu, I feel like Kamu would be very hurt and bitter. Kamu has even given a shout out to Devin's family during the live eviction, but I feel like he could also preserve that in the fact that, like, hey, there's nothing I can do. The house is against you. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, there's not, my hands are tied. Like, as long as it's not him directly taking that shot, unless it's much later in the game. The bar you work at is in a casino. Convince a gambler to bet their life savings on the Falcons winning the Super Bowl, guaranteed raise. Well, in California, we can't sports bet, so not yet at least. So I don't have to worry about that. I did have a guy telling me yesterday about how he lost like a lot of money and screwed himself. I'm like, it's so sad. I feel so bad for those people. Devin shouted out something for Kamu when he was HOH2. Exactly. Like game respects game at the end of the day. And if people are gonna be butthurt about it and be like, oh no, you can't do that to me, like, then that's just a bitter jury member, and it'll reflect on their game, right? Where I feel like you got to understand it. It's like if I'm playing Monopoly or Risk or something at home with my family members. Like, yes, it's not for money, but like, I love you to death. We're obviously fine after this game is over, but in the game, I'm going to do everything I can to best you. It's a game. And I think people should look at it like that. Even if you might be hurt, you can still understand game respect game. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me just do a quick catch up on these comments real quick. Yeah, Kate, they have a very good relationship. If Devins betrays him, it won't be good for Devins in terms of jury management unless it's a blindside and he takes Kamu out before jury. That's the only way that that's 100% fine. But even if he's in the jury, let's get there. Let's let him cook. Let's not look too far ahead. Let's see what happens. Devins has had lots of practice with jury management. We just don't know how effective it is. Exactly. That's exactly it. Let's let him cook. Let's see what happens. But he could say the same thing about anyone. Like, if Drew backstabbed Melody would be mad at Drew. Like, if Chuck backstabs Haley, how's Haley going to feel? Like, it's going to happen with any relationship that you have super close and you end up pulling that trigger. Yeah, if anyone can overcome that, it's Devins, 1,000%. After Devins blew up the game in that nomination ceremony, you can see other players want to have the same moment. Yeah, and I think that they're not getting the same moment because it doesn't have the same effect. There's something about that, like late night, early morning, Thursday, HOH, make big move. It's just the other ones don't feel as genuine or as like, and they're more problematic than they are game related big moves, right? Compared to what Devins did. Zingbot should had been like Marsha the Moose, where it wasn't back every season. 1,000%, 100% agree with that. I 1,000,000% agree with that. 26 has Blockbuster, unlike 20. Well, true, but like, there's nothing we can do. That the game aspect has changed. Just like Big Brother 2 didn't have veto. Like, like same. They take Melody very seriously as a game player. They definitely eliminate Melody before Lyric. I agree. I think Melody's gone before Lyric for sure. I think Lyric just can kind of put herself in that position, though, if she continues to be like wishy-washy on her side of the house, where this week she's really ran to the other side being like, take me, please. Has BBB run its course? Big Brother Blockbuster? Thinking that's what you're saying, BBB? I mean, I love the Blockbuster. I think the Blockbuster is one of the greatest things that they've added to the game since the veto. I think right now we would just all be yada-yadaing the whole week, being like, let's just get to Thursday. We know Drew's gone. And with the Blockbuster, we're able to have like that slim glimmer of hope that, it continues to go it can turn to our side and Drew can win power or win the Blockbuster and somehow get power and whatever. There's a chance. There's still not, it's still not over. Where before that, it's just like, all right, now we just got to wait. So I think it's great. Were you team Brittany on Love Island? I didn't watch Love Island. Didn't watch a single moment of it. And I'm totally fine with that. Totally happy that I did not watch a moment of that show. I think it is atrocious. And you know this, Mary. You know how I feel about that show. It is genuinely hard to watch for me. How do you think Devins will react when he finds out Dee hid her power from him? I mean, theoretically, he doesn't ever have to know because the bribe, it's confidential. They're not going to know who that bribe came from, and they're not going to know that, Dee sent it. Like, it's completely confidential and no one will ever know. And the person receiving the bribes probably not going to tell anyone. So it's fine. I think that's the safest one to hide from a fellow player. Oh, wow. How do the families get by like that? Wild work. Yeah. But can't make it work. Of course, let the families do it. Yeah, I don't know how they get by like that. I really don't. I don't know. Like, I feel like to not get paid till like way later would be tough. $1,000 a week and being in the same house 160 hours is below minimum wage. Exactly. Like, it's below minimum wage. Like, doesn't make sense to me. Blade the Vampire Hunter from Marvel. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm sorry that they're discontinuing your show. I've never seen it, but I thought that's what you meant, the Blade, but you never know. I want to see Colby Donaldson in Survivor 2 say, my game with Keith is done in HD. My brother and I still say to each other, my game with Keith is done. That's great. Oh, I'm actually caught up on the comments. Here we go. I think I would be bitter if they take me out and it makes no strategic sense. True, but you have to still respect the fact that they're playing the game. But I get what you're saying if it doesn't make strategic sense. And I think we've seen that play out or where it completely ends up backstabbing that person. But I feel like the people that make the least logical game sense moves usually don't get to the end unless they're Vince from last season. I just mean when Devins found out, it could be after the game when he finds out. True. But I feel like even if after the game, if he finds out, he'll just laugh about it and be like, oh, you got me. Like, I don't think he'll be ever upset. I don't think he's that kind of guy. I really don't. Us quitting or getting quiet for him because I know we can talk a storm. Absolutely. No, thank you guys. You guys, by the way, I just want to mention too, you guys are the reason I do this, the reason I come on here and do my live streams. You guys are amazing. The audience we have, the friendships we've had come from this community where I read your guys' comments. You talk to me in the chat, but you talk to each other. It's amazing. I'm so glad to be able to do these Big Brother live streams during the week. It's been a lot of fun. A couple of notes because I'm gonna get out of here in a second. Yeah, we stopped leaving comments because you said you wanted to end it soon. Yeah, well, I had to end it soon because I got to go pick up the kiddo from school. But thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I was like, wow, I caught up quick, but that makes a lot more sense. But normally, I love your guys' comments. Nothing against your guys' comments. You guys having comments in there keeps me going. It's great. But I just had to wrap up here soon. A couple of production notes about going forward with this show. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday going forward, I'll be going live from 10 a.m. to noon. I might extend it to 1 at a certain point, but for now it's 10 a.m. to noon. However, tomorrow, Tuesday, I will not have my live show. My wife and I are going on a date. I owe it to her. She's a saint. She's put up a lot. Kiddos in school. We're going on a date. We're going to go see Spider-Man together. So I will not have my live stream tomorrow, but I will be back Thursday for my live stream. We are also going to be doing another weekly recap with myself, Lauren Pratt, Philip Solomon from Dondi season 2, and hopefully a guest from Big Brother or Survivor joining us, or Brent. We'll see. But I'm definitely we'll have that show on either Wednesday or Thursday. And then Thursday night, I will have my watch party. I'm hoping this week, because I want to see and watch it live and not be spoiled. I'm going to probably do my Thursday watch party of the episode on the East Coast time. So it won't be a West Coast watch party. It'll be the East Coast watch party. I'm just going to have to figure out the details, but I want to do a live watch party for the East Coast airing this Thursday. So like I said, Monday, Thursday, Friday this week. I won't be going live tomorrow, but going forward, it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 a.m. to noon. And we'll see if I extend that. And then the show with Lauren and Philip, and then the watch party on Thursday. Who is doing the challenge? Right now, it's looking like Wayne and Lauren, and we're trying to get someone from the challenge to come on with them to talk about the challenge. So we will have challenge coverage. Wayne really wants to do it. Lauren said she would join him. I'm just too big wrapped up in Big Brother right now. I got a lot on my plate. So we will have that. Let me see. What else was I going to say here? So that's the production notes as far as the stream goes. Like I said, guys, if you guys can leave a like, leave a comment, hit that sub button, hit that bell notification so you're notified when I go live. It really helps me out. hit me up on Twitch, twitch.tv/Bobby Goodsby. Give me some love there. That'd be great. You guys are awesome. Oh, and the other thing I was wanting to talk to you guys about, I had talked about possibly starting a Patreon. I might start my own Patreon because then I can post the live episode and watch it along with you guys. So you're watching what I'm watching because it's behind a paywall. I know Taryn's been doing that all season. So I've been thinking about starting a Patreon so we can do that instead of me on here just doing the live watch parties where we're watching it, but not on the same screen. You know what I mean? So, and then also just continuing another platform for us on Patreon would be really cool. So let me know in the comments if you guys are down for something like that. If you guys would be interested in something like that, I think it'd be a lot of fun. If not, no worries. You're not going to hurt my feelings, but I just really wanted to see what your guys' opinion on starting a Patreon so we can watch the episodes together there. But yeah, no, that's pretty much the production notes. I'll let you guys know. And I'm going to be doing more on my social media because I've been very lacking on my social media. I will have more shorts and have more posts on my social media. So you can find me at Goodsby Bobby on Twitch/X, or not Twitch, excuse me, X/Twitter or Instagram. I'll be posting more on Instagram than anything. And lastly, before we get out of here, I got to give a quick shout out to our sponsors because without them, I'm not getting paid. So quick shout out to our sponsors real quick. And let me play this for you guys.
Oh, hello there. You want to know the secret? Bad strategy gets you blindsided! Bad skincare keeps you chasing the same problem. Tons of body washes and soaps strip away the limits your skin barrier needs, allowing moisture to escape later. Big O Bar changes the game with a two-step system powered by ostrich oil. That's right, ostrich, rich in omegas 3, 6, 9. You know the numbers. Clean with the bar, restore with the whip balm, and protect your barrier. No gimmicks, brother! No 12-part alliance. That's right, it's Big O Bar. Whew. Clean, restore, protect. Visit BigOBar.com, promo code SURVIVOR. They love it when we do that. That's BIGOBAR.com, promo code SURVIVOR. For 10% off. Johnny Fairplay sent you! Woo! I wouldn't lie about that.
Big O Bar, shout out to them for our sponsors of the podcast. Thank you so much, Big O Bar. Go check them out. Let them know Fairplay sent you. Yeah, you guys think that video is a lot. Try being the one who had to edit that and keep that sensor going. He kept moving, so I had to make it big. Okay, that's why it's like covering his belly too. Yeah, that was sometimes I'm making chicken salad out of chicken shit with what Johnny sends me, but when it comes to what his ideas for a video are, but that one was fun. Big O Bar, shout out to them. Thank you for sponsoring the channel and keeping my job afloat. I hope you guys are still entertained by it. If you haven't seen the short version, I think the short version is even better. But go check that one out. A couple things before we get out of here. Thank you, Bobby, for the chat, for fun and the company. Thank you so much, KLB. Thank you, J5, Ty, Daryl, Kate, Amy. What's going on, Amy? Thank you so much. I see you there. Thank you so much for joining. You're always here. I appreciate you, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. Let's see here. Humane, thank you for you. Mary, thank you for your comments as well. And anyone else I'm missing, I appreciate you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a job. So let's continue this. I feel like we had a good thing going, and I'm excited to see us get this community even bigger throughout the season. So with that being said, please, BB gods, let this week turn around. Let Drew be safe. Let someone else in power next week be from the other side. Can we all pray collectively right now for a miracle? We need a miracle for this season, and I'm hoping it's coming. So with that being said, I will see you guys Thursday with my live stream in the day, and we'll have a lot of content that whole day. So definitely check it all out. For that, I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.